Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Steve Newcomb, Chief Product Officer at Matter Labs, the company building zkSync. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin has said that zkRollups are the end game for scaling Ethereum. Steve is here to help us understand the unique role that zkRollups like zkSync play in making blockchains more accessible. Steve joins me from SmartCon 2022, taking place in New York City, which brings together industry luminaries from Web 2 and Web 3, including top thought leaders, researchers, builders, and more. Steve, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks, Jill. Great to be here.
Let's talk about zkSync. Explain to the viewers what that is, what a layer 2 is in terms of Ethereum, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about the idea of a layer 3 and what zkSync is doing in that area.
Yeah, sure. So Ethereum only runs at around 15 transactions per second right now. That's really, really slow, and it limits the use cases for Ethereum. And what zkSync does is it gets Ethereum up into around 100,000 transactions per second, perhaps millions of transactions per second. So as you have a 10x increase in speed and lowering of cost, the use cases go through the roof. Think of how we expanded our use of the internet as our access to the internet got faster. We went from 25,000 websites in 1995 to 60 billion in 2005. That's what's going to happen over the next 5 years. And zkSync's technology is the breakthrough that's going to allow that to happen.
Yeah, talk about scale there. What's the difference between zkSync and zkSync 2.0? What can we expect zkSync 2.0 to be on the mainnet?
So zkSync 1.0 was really proof of concept. We figured out, like, could we prove this would work? And think zkSync 2 is the generalized, general purpose. It works. We're now going to scale for everything.
Well, the million-dollar question, of course, is how is zkSync going to help lower transaction costs and gas fees on Ethereum?
So when we launch in 30 days now, it's been a long, many years of road to get there. We'll reduce fees and increase speeds by about 10 to 100x soon after we launch. But in about 2 years, 3 years from now, think of 1,000x, 10,000x, maybe even 1,000,000x as we grow up inside of the technological breakthrough that we've made, which is zero knowledge proofs is the name of it. But just think, speed and security go up by many factors of orders of magnitude.
Why do you think zkSync is vital to continuing the scaling of Ethereum?
So a lot of previous attempts that were made to scale Ethereum used basically things like game theory to do it. And we saw a lot of reports on hacks and stolen money and problems with those methods. The real breakthrough in zkSync's method is it's pure math, it's perfected, and it's what's called a proof, which means it cannot be broken and it is perfected.
Who's currently porting on zkSync?
Just about everybody. We are actually scared about how many people want to try us out because, as you mentioned in the beginning, Vitalik said, we're going to be the end game as soon as we get to launch in production. We're 30 days away, and I am extremely tired because we are just going back to back with meetings with anything from small startups to the largest companies in the Fortune 500. So it's been spectacular.
Tell me about the involvement of your community in the project and how your company incentivizes your community to participate in zkSync's development.
One of the things that we do is we just make it easy for people to use us. So in the past, when people were trying to port onto scaling solutions to make things work, it took 5, 6, 7 months. It took a lot of money and time. We've made it so easy that it takes minutes to port onto us. And it's one of our other big breakthroughs is we're called EVM equivalent, or EVM compatible rather. And it actually just makes us super easy to go from previously using Ethereum directly and paying high gas fees to pointing at us, and then it just works. It's great.
Yeah, well, can't wait to see what the next 3 to 5 years look like, Steve. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thanks, Jill.